All right, it says we are live. Let me know if you can see and hear me and all that good stuff. And hello, Gun Nation. I appreciate all y'all being on here. We've got Daniel got as my judge, Range Randy, Frank. Let's see here. Got the early ones, Pistol Pete, Anthony. So as they come in, I'll try to give y'all shout outs. But let me know if you can see and hear me and all that good stuff. But tonight, I'm going to, it's kind of be all about EDC. Going to kind of be about EDC and all of that stuff. What I use, I've got some items laying here that I actually like. And Daniel, you can wait. You don't have to wait. You can just sit pleasantly by yourself, I guess. Hello, Peter K. Hello, Dennis B. All right, Anthony. But we'll go ahead and get into it. And let me know what y'all carry. We'll go ahead and do a gun check. Today I carried the CZ P10C, the non-comped one, with the Hollow Sun on it. And we'll get into that here in just a second. In a Harry's Holsters rig, if you need a Harry's holster, you can use my discount code. It's Big Johnson, capital B and capital J, all smashed together. And that'll be good for his competition holster or his inside waistband holsters and everything on his site. So if y'all need anything. But let's go ahead and get into it. Hello, A-Dubs. Hello, Daniel, or Dan O'Neill, I meant. Range Randy. Oh, you're watching commercials. Oh, wow. Didn't even know I had commercials on here. Carry a PPQ M2. Cool. 365 all day, every day. Did you get a green dot Hollow Sun 507? Curious how you like the green dot. Pistol Pete, I have not. I have played with one, but I did not buy it. Reason being is I've got 10 Hollow Sun 507s, and I don't need one right now. But I am curious about the green one. I looked at it in the store and kind of shined it around, or looked through it at different things, and it's plenty bright. And I've shot not a Hollow Sun, but I shot another green dot outside, and I just don't think this one was a super great dot, but it wasn't bad. But I was looking into some green grass, and it's a different green. It's more of a fluorescent green. So it stood out, but I don't know. I just haven't veered into the green dots yet. Hello, Uncle Dan. How are you? Let's see here. All right. Bagger Bro. Let's see here. I'll catch up on this. Rex Delta with a Suarez. Cool. Green fiber. Yeah, when it comes to fiber optics, I'm a huge fan of the green fiber. That's why I actually think I would like a green dot. I just haven't, I guess since I have so many reds, I had reds way before they had greens. I just haven't jumped out and grabbed a green one, but I probably will. Have you picked up the new, let's see here. Well, let me grab that comment. Have you picked up the new ACSS Vulcan Hollow Sun? Yes. Just got mine yesterday and it's amazing. I don't have the ACSS. I'm sorry. I don't have that one. I do have the new one with the tray. It's right here. It's their Gen 2 with a little battery tray, but I don't have the ACSS reticle. 365, cool. Let me know what else y'all carried. Can't be just everybody, or that can't be the only ones, but we'll go ahead and jump into it. I kind of wanted to do this chat about EDC because I get a lot of questions, what would you recommend for EDC, or what do you carry for EDC? And these are things that I have personally tested. They are tried and true. This is no BS. This is stuff I believe in. And I'll kind of go over my favorite lights and, my favorite mag carriers, belts, holsters, lights, knives. I kind of got everything. I mean, I've got stuff. If you could see this, you'd be like, what in the hell? I got stuff everywhere. So we'll go ahead and jump into it. Cody's got the M&P 2.0 compact. Mike High has usually P10C with TLR7, 365 if basketball shorts. Cool. All right. Uncle Dan likes the green dots best. Currently, the better dots are red. My better dots are red, yeah. And like I said, I haven't played a lot with the green dots, so I really don't want to give an opinion. Just looking through it in the store and shooting it, like 6 times with a green background, a grass green background, is not enough to give you an opinion saying, yes, I would buy it. I have had friends who own them and they love them. So I don't know why, why you wouldn't. Steve's got a G19 G5 with an RMR and a JM4 holster. Hello, TN Star. How are you doing, buddy? Hello, Keenan. All right. Daniel's got a knife, wallet, extra mag, and a P01 Omega. Cool. Got to have that CZ life. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. As far as pocket EDC lights, I've got this little, it's a stream light. It's a micro stream USB. I'll pop it open so you can see the little USB port. It is right there. That's the little USB, so you can charge it. This little baby's pretty damn bright. It is 350 lumens out of this little tiny light. So, and this is the reason I've kind of got this darkened background, because I wanted to show you. But there it is right there. I'll light up Billy Jack. That's a deer I shot forever ago. But you can see how bright this thing is. And this is in a room that's kind of already lit. This little bitty light will light up a whole room. This room's not tiny, but that kind of gives you an idea. So this one's plenty bright. That's one of my favorites. This little light is the, it's the 1AAA stream light. And it's just a little black one. It's like the AAA. And I'll show you what that one looks like. You can tell that it's definitely smaller. Not as bright. I think this one's only like 150 lumens. And then when I travel like long trips, I'll take this one, and this is the ProTac 1L1AA. Forget how many lumens this is. It might be like 500 or 600. This little sucker, and it's really small. It's really not that big. And you can see I carry the crap out of it. That's where my knife drags on it, all right there, because I have a pocket knife too. And I just clip it in my pocket, and it's really not that big. But man, this thing's bright. Look at that. It's got a really good hotspot too. You can notice the hotspot, but then you have your flood. So if you had multiple people you had to deal with, so it's a really good light. I'm a huge Streamlight fan. I'm sure y'all probably already know that by now. I was a Streamlight fan before they were sending me Streamlight stuff. Hello, Music. How are you? Let's see here. Yeah, Light and Cody, 250 lumens. Yeah. Let's see here. And a diaper bag. All right. Make sure I haven't missed any comments. I use that flashlight every day for work. Love it. Yeah. I mean, they make really, really good stuff. Matter of fact, this one, it's really funny. This little 1AAA, this thing has, I mean, you can tell it's got the crap beat out of it, but this thing has actually been washed and dried, I think once or maybe even twice, and the thing still works great. So, but yeah, I mean, they've got the little O-rings in them. So I don't want to say they're waterproof, but they're washerproof. That's what I know. Now we will get into knives. I have a bunch of different knives. Yeah, 20 gears and on the same battery. Yeah, that's awesome. Recommend Olight, Streamlight, $30 gun belt, holsters, minimum of 3, inspection belts. Yeah, all right. Swamp Fox. If you collect guns and you collect flashlights and knives, yeah, I have tons of flashlights. I even have the really big boys, but I keep those in the truck. I'm not going to carry that thing. But they've got some serious lumens. I even have one Streamlight. It's a big old sucker, and I've done videos on it before. And I want to say it's like 2,500 lumens or 3,500 lumens, but it's a beam. Now, as far as knives, I have a bunch of knives, Benchmade stuff. I don't really carry Benchmade that much. I own them. I don't carry them that much anymore since they kind of did their crap they did. But I do own them, and I'm not going to cut them up or throw them in the trash. That's dumb. But a knife that I really, really like, and I've asked people, I've showed this to them, and I have asked them how much they think this knife cost. And I'll just show it to you. It's you can see the little, it's got the blue, and I believe this is anodized. It's got the blue little flipper and the blue clip, and it's got a liner lock. I mean, a really nice lock. I'll show you that in just a second. But super, super knife. Flipper works really good. I mean, it just flips right out of there. But it is a Rook. It's a Ruike. The number on this thing is a P801SF. And I've asked people how much do they think this knife cost, and people guess $180, $160, $150. What's crazy about this knife? And it's all stainless steel. What's crazy about this knife, and it does have a ball bearing here, it's $37.95. 37 bucks. And I like it so much, I actually bought 3 of them. And I bought one of their other editions. It's a little heavier duty, but comes out of here perfect. You know, every time. I have no problem with it. Now, my favorite blade is a Tonto. That's my favorite blade cut. However, this one, you know, works really good. Let's see here. Yeah, it's Agent X. It's like 37 bucks, and they even have them on Amazon. And again, this number on this thing, sorry, I'm trying to see it. It's a P801SF. So, and I just recommended it. I let a friend look at it yesterday, and he thought it was about $180 was his guess. I told him it was $37.95. I think Amazon and other places, even eBay has it. And he bought it right then off of Amazon after I showed him, and he played around with it. Bottle opener, yeah. You know, hey, but Uncle Dan, okay, we're old school. You know, where you shut your door and that little bolt that sticks out in your truck, you can put your beer bottle on there and pop it, and it'll knock your beer bottle off. You don't have to carry a beer bottle holder. All right, let's see here. Hello, Lynx Defense. Matter of fact, we're going to get into a part of it with Lynx Defense, and I can't show it because it's freaking huge. You know, it's big, but I'll go over that too. All right, so knives are out of the way. Now let's get into mag carriers. You know, we carry mags in our gun. We all know that. But people ask, how do I carry an outside mag or an extra mag? And here's how I carry it. This one right here is actually, now Harry's Holster does not make these anymore. He might bring them back. Hopefully, I'm still pushing him. But this one is so cool. It carries double stack mags. Now this is a CZ P10C mag. So, and it's loaded with HST 124s. Fully loaded. But the cool thing about this mag is I carry them sideways. So on my belt, I'll actually snap this on. So, you know, of course, I can just pull it straight out with my left hand, load it. But the neat thing about this is, check this out. Right here on the top, you can actually adjust this with an Allen key, and it will fit multiple double stack mags. So you can go from a CZ P10C to a Glock to, I think it will go down to, or an M&P 2.0. I mean, it'll fit tons of double stack mags. The only thing it won't fit is a 2011, but it will fit the rest. And I prefer a horizontal mag, not a vertical mag, where it comes up, sticks into you. I drive, you know, 4 and 5 and 6 hours and whatever. I never even know it's on my belt. So it's pretty awesome. But this is a great, great design. And you can actually adjust this on, he has them where, or he used to have them where you could carry them like that. But I convinced him to do a horizontal one for me, and I love it. So, and you can see how it's attached with the clip, and this is a 1.5 clip. So that's one option. This is another one that, or a cigarette lighter will work, yeah. This is another one that I have gotten. I don't have a lot of time behind it. I've been testing it, and it is for the 2011. And it's a really weird name. And like I said, I haven't tested it, so I'm not recommending it yet. But this one is called a Baywidam. I'll just show you the name here. If you can see that name, that's the name. And this one is for a 2011. So I had him make it horizontal. He can make them vertical or horizontal. He offers both of them. And there's that. Now, the way that his works, if you've ever used a pull dot, this one is a pull dot system. So you run your belt. Basically, I'll just show you here. You pop this off, you put your belt through here, come around, and then you snap the pull dot. Now, pull dots, you have to take it off a certain way. If you yank it or if it was pulled, it won't come off. You actually have to line up the little thing on the bottom or line up the little thing on the top like that, and then snap it down. Well, hell, I've only done it about 500 times. There it is right there. So that's the way it works. So it's a pull dot system. Yeah, smash that thumbs up, Pistol Pete. I appreciate you, buddy. Yeah, Pistol Pete was talking about this earlier. A couple of people were. I always get 4 or 5 or whatever thumbs down before the chat even starts. Like I said, I've got some haters, so I appreciate all y'all, smashing that thumbs up button. Need more mags than that. An old school cell phone holster will carry 3 double stack mags. Yeah. And I've got some other little holsters here I'm going to show you that will carry those, but I use them for a different reason. Not buying stuff made in China if I can help it. I understand. I try to, even with Streamlight, some of their components are made in China. However, they employ like 500 people, where other companies have 2 people in the whole state and all the rest is done elsewhere. So that's just my opinion. But everything here, and like this knife I believe is China, or actually it might be Japan. But like I said, I've got Benchmades and other stuff. All right, now let's get into holsters. On holsters, you've got your outside waistband. This is Harry's holster. This is his contender. This is the competition holster, and I've got the little adjustment here, right here, where you can adjust it on the fly. These little orange rings, I did add those. He doesn't offer those. I actually bought those off of Holster Builder, and I just add them there for color so I know which gun they match. And you can just look at them. And the way that I do it is I run the ELS system for my battle belt. So I prefer that, and all of the holes drilled will fit these or his paddles. Or even the competition mount for your race belt. So if you want to do that, and it's got a really deep opening here for your optics, and also it helps you get it out of the holster quicker. So it's all the way down to the ejection port of the gun. That's the way his cuts are. So this is a really nice outside waistband holster. What's up, Bald? I'm curious. How you doing, man? Okay, Bald, I'm glad you enjoy them. 3, yeah. Unimpressed. Scott, I think Harry's already reached out to you and told you to reach out to him. So if you're upset, man, let him know. He's going to take care of you. You're the first one I've ever heard that had an issue, so definitely get with him. Kathleen went to the range yesterday, had a good time. That's awesome. And I'm not bashing Olight. I've just had 2 lights fail personally, so I won't recommend them anymore. If you want to run them, and when I do it, I'll actually shoot the gun and I'll bang it on the table at the range, and I'll shoot the gun. And I had one of them blow up from this Mossberg 12 gauge here, so I won't recommend them. And then I had a button that went dead; it just quit working. And reach out to them, they didn't replace them or wouldn't do anything. So I'm done with them. Been done with them. All right, so there's that holster. All right, this one's hot, so just going to set it right here on the table. Then as far as your inside waistband holsters, and I also run the new ones. The only thing on the new ones is some of the cuts, because I have milled guns where they're not factory milled. I had to have them milled afterwards, and some of them, such as this one, I'll just show you. This one is milled ahead of the sight, so it won't fit the singleton. So, but I've already had this holster. So this is one of Harry's older models. It's got plenty of adjustments, runs the claw here, so that helps push on the belt. Also, I carry appendix, so I've got the wedge. And what the wedge does is actually cant the gun in. So this pushes like into your pelvic region, and it tilts the gun in so the gun stays tight against your body. And the claw actually pulls the grip in, so your grip's not flared out and your gun's not tipped over. So these things work awesome. Also, the clips that I prefer are the steel clips. These are an upgrade, and these clips are legit. I mean, you can even wear them with sweatpants. So you can see the little hook that's under here. This hook actually grabs your sweatpants. Try to show it to you. Grabs your sweatpants, and you would pull your sweatpants above your head before you get this holster off. So I recommend these. Again, if you want the discount code, it's Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together. So there's that. I am testing another holster that I got in, and I've already got an issue with it. And it is from, I'm not going to say the brand yet, but it does fit this gun. So, and I have reached out to the company to let them be aware of it. It is something I can fix if I have to, but I sent them an email today about 12 o'clock because I just got the holster last night, and sent them an email about 12 o'clock, 12:05 today. And what time is it? 7:18 Central. Still haven't heard anything, but you know, that can happen. So there's that. But let's see here. Now, as far as weapon mounted lights, let's see here. Can press checks break extractors? No. Haven't ever heard of that. Uncle Dan doesn't have a pelvic region. I always joke around. I mean, I don't joke around, but I'm always like, you need pelvic contact. So if you get these little tiny short holsters like this, those are the ones that can pop out. So even if you have like a CZP-10C, or excuse me, a CZP-10S, I would still recommend at least a C holster. That's just my opinion, because when it's a little bit longer, everybody thinks it's going to poke into them, but it doesn't. It actually gives you more pelvic contact, which actually makes the holster work better. So when you get these little bitty holsters, your belt's almost that wide, so they just tip. They don't actually, you know, you need some area down there to actually keep it in your gut, so to say. But that is my opinion. We'll grab some questions before I get into the other part. We shall see, Keenan. We shall see. How about that? Get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah. Well, you know, pelvic contact is a real thing. A lot of people don't think it is, but it is a real thing. All right. Okay. Rowan's asking recommendations for CC concealed carry outside waistband holster for the Hellcat. Don't have it yet, but more than likely we'll get it. Also, it has to be left-handed. Romans, I personally don't know of an outside waistband for the Hellcat, and I'm just curious why you want to outside waistband the Hellcat. It's just a small, tiny gun. With the proper belt and the proper holster, and if it was inside your waistband, you wouldn't even know it was there, unless you just like carrying outside waistband. Some people do. You know, like I said, there's no hate. I carry a lot of outside waistband when it's cold, and I can wear a jacket, but that's just, you know, why I do. And yeah, a lot of people, you know, a lot of people don't carry appendix because they say it's just not comfortable for them. I've known people that, you know, I've recommended them to try it, and they'll carry it for like an hour, and they'll be like, oh my God, it's uncomfortable. Oh my God, it's uncomfortable. What's weird is I have my certain position every single time. So, you know, my ritual is to I leave the gun in the holster, so it's just like this. But I lift it up, make sure my dot's on, make sure my glass is clean. If I need to clean it, I'll just take a, you know, cloth and clean it. Leave it in the holster the whole time and then stick it straight in my pants. And I know exactly where it goes. I've got my set position. It is just tad right of the zipper to the right-hand side. So whatever you want to call that, 1201 or 1202 or whatever. But that's just my spot, and it works perfect for me. So I know where it is every single time, but you can get hot spots. What a hot spot is where you have just an irritation in one area. And if that's the case, you can take the gun, you can tilt it, you can move it a little bit, and that hot spot will probably go away. But, you know, I'm long torsoed, some people aren't. So whatever works for you. Outside the waistband, 3 o'clock. Yeah. I mean, I've carried at 4:30, carried at 3 o'clock. I've carried all kinds of stuff. So, Scott, that's funny that you said shoulder holster, man. That was way back in the Magnum PI days. I even had a shoulder holster. You know, it's just, they're just weird. Pistol Pete saying, do you guys prefer dry fire with dots? I'm really liking the feedback of the dot. Yeah. I mean, I'll just let you know this. Irons will let you get away with a lot of stuff. Like you can just sit there and think you've got the perfect, you know, hold, and your irons aren't going to move. I mean, they're going to move if you're shaking or whatever. But what I'm saying is irons will give you a good sight picture. But when you get the dot up there and you're holding the dot and you pull the trigger, if that gun, that dot's it's going to jump. I mean, you can make that thing. I've seen people try it and make it look like a damn laser inside that window. So it will show you, especially with live fire, but with dry fire, it will show you what you're doing. So that's the thing about dots. I mean, it's kind of like a mantis on your gun for dry fire, live fire, whatever. Hey, what's up, Kevin? How are you, man? I'm glad you got to catch one live, man. Hey, what's up, Channel Cat? Appreciate y'all tuning in. Smash that thumbs up. I appreciate it. Get that Sonny Crockett going on. Yeah, I could see Keenan rocking that Sonny Crockett. That's funny, man. But all right, so we've got that. Now we're going to get into belts. Uncle Dan, like he said earlier, the $30 gun belt, if you're looking for a very thick leather belt, I highly recommend the $30 gun belt. I have had one now for 4 years. I actually have reviews on it. It's called a $30 gun belt. I think they've gone up over $30 now, but I have had one for I've had two for 4 years now. I've got three of them, three $30 gun belts. Absolutely had not one issue. Even on the one that I've had for over 4 years, I've got some scratches on it where the holster goes over it, but I've not had one problem with that belt. I do recommend the one with the Chicago buckle screws, so you can actually screw it in there, not the snap. I always recommend Chicago screws on a leather belt. That's just my opinion. If you want to even change the buckle, you can. But I found that the regular buckle works great. So if you want to use that, they're great. All right, here is another belt that I really, really like. This is made by Blue Alpha Gear. This is called their hybrid. Now, when you're looking at this, the way that I check them is I try to crush them. And this one, I mean, you can get, if I really put a monster grip on it, I can get a little bit of a crush out of it. I mean, I can't crush it. I can just barely bend the sides. But this Blue Alpha Gear is awesome. And I want you to look at this. The way that it works, you can see this little buckle right here. The buckle's polymer. So it's not metal, it's polymer, but it's super strong polymer. The cool thing about this, you can actually wear it. You know how people say, remove your belts through TSA, remove your belt. I have walked through TSA through the airport with this belt on, and it does not set off the alarm. It's all Velcro, nylon. The way that it goes on, you basically put it through the buckle. You can see the Velcro, and you snap it like that. Now right here, and you can position this buckle on the side if you want this like at the 9 o'clock position. You don't have to have it at the 12 o'clock. You can put it on at the 9 o'clock. And then when you slide your holster on, you can see these like little lines that are in there because that's not the way it's made. This is the way that it's made. But you can see those little lines on there. And that's for me sliding the gun in and out with the clip. So with the steel clips. It has not frayed this belt at all yet. So and these are very inexpensive, but they're nice. Now, this is the same exact belt if you buy their belt rig, you know, their like battle belt rig. Same belt you'll get, but it does not have the Velcro on the inside. excuse me, the Velcro on the outside for your battle belt to go over the top of it. So the cool thing about this, I'll wear my battle belt version of this. I'll just wear it as a belt to the range or to the outdoor range, and it has Velcro on the outside. But I'll wear it as a regular belt, and then when I get there, I'll take my inside holster out and take that, put it in the car or whatever, the truck, and then I'll just put my battle belt right over the other rig. So it's a 2-belt system. But these belts are really nice. They're inexpensive, and they're made in America. So really cool company. Another belt that I highly recommend is the Core Essentials. I have been using these belts. I've got an FDE one. I've got a black one with different buckles, and I've been using these for a while. And these things, you can't crush these either. I don't really care for the dress belt look. These are their tactical versions. That's what they call them. I'm not much into the dress belt scene. I've got other dress belts if I want to do that, and I can still carry a gun. These kind of, I guess if you wore like tan pants and stuff, these could be kind of dressy, but it's cool. They work on a ratchet system. It's got this little lever right here, if you can see it right there, that little bitty lever, and you just push this to take it off. You just push it in, take it off, and then when you want to put it on, just does that. And they're really nice belts. Now the thing about these is they're not made in America. So I'm trying to see where this one's made. It's dark in here. It doesn't look like it in the video, but it's dark. I think they're made overseas. I think. I'm almost positive. Yeah, it doesn't say it on here, but I think they are. But still, it's a great belt. And they're out of California. All right, let's see. We'll answer some questions real quick. Core Peep are great. Yeah, they are. And the price on them, I want to say with the buckle, and you can even pick your buckles. I want to say they're like $65 or something like that. I think that's what they are, $68. And I've had my Core belts for probably a couple of years now, and I wear them a lot. Let's see here. Big J, bought the $30 gun belt, brown and black, back when you recommended, still going strong. I wear the hybrid blue alpha gear, Coyote FDE, 90% of it these days. Yeah, I mean, so that's cool. I appreciate you buying that belt off my recommendation. And I think Uncle Dan grabbed it too, or I know he has one, maybe has a couple of them. But yep, you got to rock those, Kathleen. You got to get your cowboy belt and some cowboy boots. But just wearing cowboy boots, that's just your statement, but it's a lifestyle for myself and Uncle Dan. I wear cowboy boots every day and belts, and I got some big old buckles too. But if you ever get a buckle, you don't buy the big buckles, you'll win the buckles. So my two I won. I mean, from the rodeo back in the day when I was young and agile. What about stretchy pants? Who's asking about stretchy pants? Oh, Kathleen. Yeah, you can get you some. You can wear them with your stretchy pants. But that is the cool thing about the Core belts, and I've said this before. What everybody, and I'll say this, you can watch the video because I said it in the video. I think I'm the first one to ever say that. You can actually have your gun clipped on here, and if you had to undo your pants for not just a number one, just get real with everybody. I've cut this one so I can open it up all the way like that. Drop my pants. I never have to undo the belt. It stays connected. The holster comes down and it holds the holster so you can never leave your gun. You get up, do that, and you're done. So that's a cool thing too. I'm just trying to keep it real with everybody. So, all right, so there's the belts. See if I missed some questions. 229 single action only, yeah. Only problem with Core belts, you can't hang the pants with the belt in. Putting pants on is like stepping into a hula hoop. Yeah, I mean, it is, Bald. You're right. But, you know, Dan, you can't tell everybody our secrets. You can't tell them, you know, because when we do videos like that with our shorts and our boots on, they won't believe us. I ain't bow-legged. I just need more crotch room. Yeah. All right. Now let's get into another part. And this kind of goes along with what Uncle Dan was saying. I've got these, and a lot of people have asked what these are. I don't really show them that much because I use them for something different. But it's got the little clip right there, and how Uncle Dan was saying he can put a mag in them. These are, you can put lights in them, but they are called rip-offs. There's the label right there, rip-offs. The way they work is this will hold a Glock 17 mag as well. So it'll hold a pretty good size mag, or a P10F mag. So you could just clip that on your belt if you chose to. But what I do with these is I actually carry these lights, you know, my weapon mounted lights. I just take them, I don't carry them on my person. I just slide them down in here like that. And then I'll throw them in my gun bag, in my Lynx Defense gun bag. So when I carry any kind of bags, traveling or range bag, it's always Lynx Defense. So, and if you want to save 5% off a Lynx Defense bag, pistol bag, rifle bag, whatever, it's Big Johnson, capital B, capital J, all smashed together. That'll save you 5% off if you're interested. But let's get into weapon mounted lights. Weapon mounted lights. I've had a lot of people, what is my favorite compact light that does not go past the barrel? And my favorite compact light, and I have been using this for a while. You can tell by the scratches on it. I've done my normal shooting and then bang it on the table, shooting, bang it on the table. Why? It's illuminated, of course. And it is this one. It's the Streamlight TLR7A. I'll put my hand here so you can see it is not the TLR7 regular one. It is the A. And what that does, of course, it's 500 lumens, but it gives you the tail switches. You can have the high or the low option. I actually ran the low for a long time and ended up going back to the high, and I really like them. The cool thing is you can take the screws out. There's 3 little screws right here at the back, if you can see them. There's 2 at the top, 1 at the bottom. You take those off, you take the rear cap off, and you can put the high or the low switches on. So basically you push the button, get your momentary, or you can snap it all the way down, you know, and it'll come on. But this little booger's light. It's pretty bright. I'll shine it up here and show you. I mean, look at that. So if you want to light up a room, if you want to flood a couple of guys, you got some bad guys, this thing's very, very bright for a 500 lumen light. But very bright. But as far as a small light, this thing is the bomb. It comes with tons of keys, so it'll fit pretty much any gun. I mean, anything with a 13 or a 1913 rail, a Glock, whatever, it'll fit. Now, some of the little tiny short rails, like a Glock 43 or something, it won't. However, they just released one that will. It's called the TLR7 Compact, I believe. And it'll fit your small frames. They have one for the SIG 365. They have one for the Glock 43 and 48. Then they have another one for a short compact Picatinny rail. And those were just released today on their press release. I don't have one of those. No one does yet, but hopefully I'll be getting one to check out. But TLR7A is my small choice. So there's that. All right. Big J like the best. No. Mod light. Yep. Picked up my SIG MPX competition tomorrow. Cool. Bald, I would have loved to have seen your cowboy boots. I would have loved to have seen them. And I bet you had those really pointed ones, those super pointed ones, and they might have even curled up on the front. I bet you had a set of those. Multi-tool. I actually do have the Leatherman, Anthony. I just don't really carry the Leatherman personally, but I do have them. I've got the Leatherman, and I've got a couple of small ones. I forget the name of them. I think it's the Leatherman Micro. I've got that one. I have another one. I've got a bunch of those little things. I just don't use them all that much. I use a knife all the time, probably multiple times a day. Let's see here. All right, so that's it for my mini choice for the smaller light. And like I said, I'm not bashing on any other companies. I'm just saying when I test a light, I really do slam it, bang on it. Some people will just put it in their holster, set it on their nightstand. They're not beating it up and doing a bunch of stuff like I'm doing now. I don't do cartwheels in the dirt or any of that kind of stuff, but I really do test them. Like I said, I think you can, yeah, there's scratches all, I don't know how well they're going to show up on the camera, but there's scratches all over this thing. Yeah, I guess they're not showing up very good. All right, then for another light, here's another one of those little rip deals. This is a different one. This one's a nylon or some kind of nylon. Another really great light, and I've been using it for years, and this one's beat up pretty good too. It's the TLR1HL. I even have some of the original TLR1s that are only 600 lumens, I believe. That's how long I've been using the Streamlight, but this is the 1000 lumen. I've got, I think, 4 or 5 of these. But they're super bright too. This one's the FDE, I think they call it the bronze FDE. And then I have a darker FDE, and then I've got black ones. But, you know, it just goes on the same way. It comes with all the different keys. It takes 2 CR123s, where this one takes 1 CR123, the small one, and it actually loads from the front. So you just unscrew this, put your light in, so you don't even have to remove it off of your gun to put it in. This also has a lockout switch, so you can just turn this and lock it, and then your buttons won't activate. But I've had this one, and you can look up the video. I've had this one for over a year. It's probably been a year and 2 months, and I have shot the crap out of it. I beat on it, and it still has the original battery in it. And I have not used the lockout feature. I have not turned it off, you know, done the little lockout thing. But here's this one, the TLR1HL. You can see the flood there. Super bright. I mean, like, I can put it on the deer, and the deer goes completely away. Look at that. So you're going to blind the piss out of somebody with this thing. And you can see the flood. That's the thing about the Streamlight. It gives you a good beam, but it also gives you flood. So if you're lighting up multiple people, if you're trying to light up a big alleyway or something, this one's really, really bright. So that one's one of my favorites. Then I've got this. This one is a Surefire X300, a great light. Also 2 CR123s. And this one is the U. So it's got the little levers right there. So you just pull down the levers, slide it on your rail, and you're good to go. And it works really, really well. I've had this one for probably over a year, and I haven't had any issues with it. I've beat it up. It's pretty scratched up. The bezel's really scratched up. Got a lot of blast from shooting the guns with it right there on the, you know, because the muzzle's here. So it's giving a blast on it. And I haven't had any issues with it. I'll show you what it looks like. Super bright also. We'll put it on the deer. You can still kind of see, you can still see him. But this one, when you're outside shooting it at a fence or something, the Streamlight has a tighter beam. So it's much tighter, and you don't have as much flood. So if you don't like a lot of flood, you might want the Surefire. If you like a good beam and some flood, you might want the Streamlight. So that's just kind of my choice. Thanks, Pistol Pete. I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, thumbs up. I appreciate it, man. Can you make a roommate disappear with that light? Yeah, you hit them in the eye, and they're definitely going to run. But a lot of people, you know, that's what's crazy. A lot, and I've heard this. Why would you run a weapon-mounted light on your gun? Because if you point it at them, you've just muzzled them, and, you know, da-da-da-da-da. But you walk into a room, hold your pistol down on the ground, you know, aimed at the ground, not at the person, and you pop this light on, Now this room still has some lights on it. I've got 2 lights on in here, but if you shine this on the ground with your muzzle pointed down, it will light up this whole room. It'll light the entire room up. I've even done it down the hallways of my house. I've gone through the house when it's dark, and you put this on the ground and it lights up everything. So you are not, literally flashing anybody or waving anybody, or, I guess whatever you want to say. There's a proper name for it. I'm sorry, I just can't remember what it is, but assaulting someone with your gun. No, I don't roll around in the mud to test them, but I do bang on the, that's the thing. If I'm shooting out or indoors, I'll shoot with the light on, and then I'll bang it. It's not so where I'm hitting the mag, but actually hitting the light housing. So, and I've got videos where you can see me shooting, and then I'm bam, bam, shooting again. So I'm definitely trying to get them to, I'm trying to break them. I'm not throwing them out of airplanes or anything, but I'm blind, only see spots. Sorry, Fina. I'm trying to use that back wall. What's up, Wield and Wild Arm? Let's see here. New York pointing a gun at somebody, assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah, that's where I was going with that ball. You don't want to just point your gun at them and then have the light on and say, who are you? And, even though if I carry a weapon mounted light, I still carry a pocket flashlight. I still do. A lot of people are like, oh, if you hold this up and you have your gun there, you're going to give your position away, which is true, but just prepare accordingly. So we're not all perfect, but I definitely don't want to be waving a gun at them and then have it be a friendly person. But that's kind of what I have. That's kind of like my EDC stuff. Now, a lot of people have asked, so I thought it would be interesting to actually see what I use, because I don't just do a video and start undressing to show everybody what I've got on. But that's kind of some things that I use. I'd love to hear what you guys and ladies use, and what you prefer, and I have heard some of it already. You think about hats with lights. Yeah, the cool thing about this is you can flip, like on a lot of these small ones, you can flip your clip over. Like this one's actually already that way, but you can actually pull this clip up. It's kind of hard to see, and you can clip it on your hat. So you could just clip it on your hat bill, like if you're working on something and you've got that. They even have some with Streamlight makes them, and other products make them with a little magnet in the back, so you could stick it on your fender. I have one. It's in my truck. It's a big triangle with magnets on it. You can stick it on your vehicle. It actually flashes SOS, or it'll flash like if you're broke down on the side of the road. It's super bright. It'll blind the crap out of you, but it'll flash to let people know that your vehicle's there or whatever. And it's magnetized. You can just stick the whole thing on the back of your tailgate or your hood or wherever. And it's got another light in it where it acts as a flashlight, but I always carry flashlights in my truck too. So, all right, let's see here. Bald and curious, pointing your finger and thumb in the gun shape would be assault with a deadly weapon. It probably would be in New York. On the other hand, Big J, if you can't see what's going on, you're at a disadvantage as well. Yeah, that's why I agree. Always at least have a flashlight on you. You want to be able to, you don't want to just start waving your gun down a dark alley. You're not going to start doing that. So you need to see what you're dealing with. Yep. Red October, how you doing, man? Yeah, we already got into that. I already went over that. But, yep, knife on me every day. In Texas, we dig a hole. But, yeah, it's whatever work. Yeah, flagging. That's the word I was looking for, Uncle Dan. Thank you. Yeah, flagging. You don't want to flag anybody. See if I missed anything off. Kathleen, get your mind out of the gutter. Yeah, I mean, Daniel, I mean, if that's what you want to do, especially on your property, I mean, if somebody's on your property without your permission, you pretty much can do what you want to. I understand that. However, if you're just walking outside, down a main street or something like that, you don't want to be pulling out your gun and flagging people. So, What model grenade? What's up, Floridian? I don't carry a grenade. Don't carry one. We can get into that. Ammo situation down here in Texas is bleak. It's getting bad. Matter of fact, I saw a 1,000 round box of 223 55 grain reman ammo. Reman. So it's 1,000 rounds, 55 grain, 223 reman for $999 today in a store. So it's getting bad. Also 9mm, if you can find it in some areas, it's up to $39.99 a box for just FMJ. I have seen hollow points like HST, a 20 round box, 20 rounds going for $60 at a gun store. So it's pretty crazy. You know, it's the ammo's situation is getting pretty bad. So if you don't have it, now is not a time to be stocking up on it. You got to do what you got to do to take care of yourself and your family, and of course be prepared. But they're blaming it on the new gun owners. They're blaming it on primers and all this other stuff, man. But god dang, they need to get this stuff back out there. So I mean, I have backup. I know a lot of people don't, but I'm not just going out and shooting it like I used to. Hell, I used to run 500 rounds in one session. I'm definitely not doing that anymore, but I will still shoot and stay, pretty much as good as I can as far as, practicing and things like that. But man, it's definitely gotten out of hand, and it's probably going to get worse. That's the bad thing. A lot of people think, oh, they inaugurated him today, so everything's going to go back to normal. I don't think it is. I think it is probably going to get worse. Yeah, and Daniel, that's what I was saying. 1,000 rounds, and I've seen 1,000 rounds for $999, but that was new. That wasn't reman. This was remanufactured. So that's why I was like, wow, that's how bad it's gotten. Yeah, exactly, Pistol Pete. Hell, I've shown tons of pictures. I mean, I'd go and pick up 6 50 round boxes of HST, and it was $21. But not now. Not now. Matter of fact, the honey hole that I used to go to get it for that, they haven't had ammo in probably a month. I mean, no practice ammo, no self-defense ammo. They haven't had crap. They've been totally empty. So, it's yeah, that's what that's what I talked about before, Bald. I think it's going to be a new normal. It's not going to be the old normal that we remember. Whenever this stuff does settle down, we won't see the old prices that we used to see. It's going to be another, new normal, I guess. But that's what we got to do, I guess. Let's see here. I missed something. Did you see the 2 bills submitted today in Texas giving states rights over federal on gun ownership? No, I didn't, but I have seen what Abbott has put in where it's going to make Texas a 2A sanctuary state. So hopefully that goes through and we're good to go. But that would help. Yeah, you say that. Red October. There's not plenty of land in Texas. If you really look on the outskirts, it's being lapped up, or people want tons and tons and tons of money for it. Around me, there are 1 acre lots, 1 acre going for 100 grand for 1 acre. So, or I'm sorry, 125 grand for 1 acre. So, and then they're doing certain plots, and it is in a premium area, but 5 acre lots for $5 million. So, it's getting crazy. Now, if you want to go to Odessa and Midland, when out there where there's nothing, there are some land out there, but it's still even expensive out there. And then you've got to get electrical, gas, water, all that stuff out there. So it's pretty crazy. Yeah, Romans, that's just in the area that I'm in. So, heck, there's some outlying areas you can still get it cheap. Yeah, and what's funny is we actually have land, but it's 2.5 hours one way to get to it. We've got family land, and it's a lot, but there's nothing out there. So I could go out there and shoot, no problem. Of course, with ammo now, but there's just nothing there. So other than mesquite trees, oil wells, gas wells, that's all that's out there, and pigs. But yeah, it's 2.5 hours one way. Yeah. Yeah, Lubbock's cotton, sunflowers, all that stuff out there in Lubbock too. Worked in the oil fields going through college. Yeah. Yeah, it's that's the thing, and everybody's moving to Texas now. I mean, they're building houses, and man, some housing areas aren't even built, and the houses are already sold. People haven't even seen the house; they've only seen pictures of what it's going to look like, and the houses are already sold in my area. I mean, it is crazy how fast it's these houses are getting built and getting lapped up. But you've got a lot of areas, California, New York, all that stuff that are moving to Texas. We see a hell of a lot of U-Hauls here, put it that way, people coming in. But yeah, we're getting close to shutting this down. It's about 7:54 my time. If y'all have any more questions, EDC comments, anything y'all can think of, definitely throw the questions in there. I'll be on for a little bit longer. What I've got coming up, I'm testing some stuff, and I talked about it earlier. I've got some holsters I'm dealing with, and let's see here. Got another light here that I'm checking, see what I think about it. Have been doing some shooting, been shooting some 22. Also, I've been getting into a lot of it's a 22 rifle that I'm setting up for NRL 22. It's kind of what X-Ring and Azure 6 Covered is doing. So I'm going to be trying that out. But on that, I'm shooting 22 match ammo, which is not cheap, but I did get a hold of a bunch of it. So going to be trying my skill at that. And out of everything that I do, that is one of my weaknesses, is scopes. I mean, I know how to look through a scope and things like that, but judging the wind and, setting all of that up, that is my weakness. So I want to be more proficient with that. And what better to be more proficient with other than like throwing a 6.5 or a 308 or something like that all the time, is 22. So it's basically similar, or it is exactly similar to a PRS match, but like a precision rifle match, but you're using a 22. The range that I'll be going to, they go 0 to 200, and then they're adding another 100, so it'll be 0 to 300, and that's with the 22. But your targets go from really big to little bitty. So, and the neat thing about the 22 things that I've been experimenting with is 200 yards with a 22 is equal to 1,000 yards with a 6.5 Creedmoor. So that's pretty cool. Now, of course, the targets are smaller, but with the size difference in the targets, that's kind of what you're getting into. So I'm going to be spending some time doing that. Rolling out there, trying it, see what I think about it. I haven't done one yet. I wanted to get the rifle completed. It is now completed, so everything is done to it. I've got the new scope on it. I've got the 30 MOA rail. I've got the precision milled, their billet milled scope mount on their scope rings. Got a level on it. Got everything, the bipod, the whole works. And so I'm going to be doing that, and pretty excited about it. I think it'll be a lot of fun. The one that I am using is the Savage B22 Precision. That thing, and I've put some groups up to show people recently with the new scope. At 50 yards with a 10 round group, you could put your pinky, or well, I mean, probably my tip of my thumb right in the center of the X ring. You could just put the tip of my thumb over it, and that's at 50 yards with a 10 round group. The thing is stupid accurate. I mean, it's way more accurate than I am. So it all comes down to me. And I am, that's what I'm going to start doing. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, and I don't have one laying here. It's actually on my, I've got one on my battle belt, and then I've got two in my truck. But Will and Will Arm is saying, what about first aid and a tourniquet? Yes, I do use a cat tourniquet. I don't use the rats. I used to use the rats back in the day, but I learned better. So I use a cat, and mine is the 7. It's the newer one. So I do have 4 of those. So like I said, there's one on my battle belt right there, and I've got them in the truck. I have one in my gun bag. So I've got them all over the place. And as far as a first aid, I've got a first aid bag. I've got, and I'm not, that's the thing that I need to do. I haven't, since I was a volunteer fireman, I haven't taken any life-saving courses or anything, but I've got some stop bleed packs, of course, Band-Aids, ointment, I've got all that kind of stuff, but I don't have like critical stuff. So I do need to up my game on that. But I do have a trauma pack in the truck. I don't carry a full blown trauma pack now on my battle belt, and I've got videos on it. I do have a full trauma pack on that. It's one of the ones that go on your belt, and you pull it down, and there's all kinds of stuff. There's gauze, there's stop bleed packs, there's shears, kind of the same stuff that I have in my truck pack. So glad you brought that up, Will and Will Arm, because I did forget it. I didn't lay it out here. So grand power, no more grand powers. But anyway. Bald saying it's easy. When you add wind, especially Texas wind and stuff in there, even the slight amount of wind, it can throw it off. So I'm not saying it's super difficult. I really haven't done 200 yards yet, but I'm excited about trying it. I just think it's going to be fun. So, and if it's not fun, I don't want to do it. So that's why I think I'm going to have a good time with it. MP compact. All right, Sam got a M&P 2.0 compact 3.6 inch is his new EDC. That's awesome. Congratulations. They make great gun or great firearms. Thank you, Pistol Pete. I appreciate it. I appreciate you pushing for those thumbs up. That always helps. And if y'all haven't seen it, this is what I have been shooting the crap out of recently. I'll just show it. This is the airsoft version. Just give you a look at it. But that's the airsoft version, and this gun is not modified. It's the way it comes. But I have to say that for YouTube. But I appreciate y'all as always. Leave any questions or comments after the chat. I will try to get to them. If there's any questions on any of the stuff I talked about, I'll try to answer everything I can. I appreciate y'all so much. Hit the likes, hit the shares, all that good stuff. It helps us a lot. Also, if you're not following me over on Odyssey, I'm actually over on Odyssey. This video will be put on Odyssey. I think it takes 24 hours, and it'll dump over there. But just in case something happens to YouTube, you can find me on Odyssey if y'all are over there. And that is library. So they are a freedom, say what you want kind of platform. So there's none of the, all this crap that's going on. Supposedly they are free speech over there. And we'll check it out over there too if you're interested. But thank y'all so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Sam, I do prefer the Apex triggers just personally. I'm not a big fan of the hinge trigger on M&Ps. The new one is better, but I still prefer an Apex. If you've ever shot an Apex trigger in an M&P, you won't go back to the stock trigger. And I think a lot of people who have shot a lot of M&Ps will agree with that. And I have 2 of them. So they both have Apexes in them. But I appreciate it, y'all, everyone. Have a great night. Be safe. Carry on.